Warning: the following video contains spoilers relating to the content in question. If you do not wish to be spoiled, click out of this video now.
Some people are saying that Game of Thrones is not as good as it once was. That it took a dip in quality after the 5th season and has yet to recover. Well, me personally, I call bollocks on that. As far as I'm concerned, it's as good as it's ever been. A lot happened this season, the story has progressed significantly, and the last 2 episodes were legendary. Game of Thrones may even be better than ever.
Storylines that have been set up all throughout the show, even all the way back in Season 1, and 6 years of our emotional investment have finally paid off. Like, the pieces have moved, the game has changed, and it's all leading up to an incredible final couple seasons.
The Red Wedding has been avenged in probably the sweetest way possible. Jon Snow and Sansa meet up in the Stark reunion that we've been teased with for so long now, and Kit and Sophie just killed it. The Starks have finally retaken Winterfell in what was probably the best battle on television. Ramsay Bolton got his just desserts. Cersei killed pretty much everyone in King's Landing and taken over as queen, while simultaneously fucking herself into the ground. The Hound is back and is heading north, Bran is heading south, and a certain secret that book readers have been waiting for 20 years to be confirmed has finally been confirmed. R plus L equals J, bitches. And speaking of things that book readers have been waiting 20 years for, Daenerys is sailing for Westeros. Like, for fucking reals. She's actually finally heading for Westeros. I shit you not. No more fucking around in Essos and Meereen. She's got her army, she's got her dragons, and she's finally gonna do what she promised to do 6 seasons ago. For real.
6 years! 20 if you're a book reader, and one of the biggest developments we have been waiting for ever since the first episode, or the first book if you're a book reader, and one of the biggest developments we have been waiting for has finally happened. I can hardly believe it. I thought that they were gonna delay that shit forever. Yet, despite all this, there are people out there that think that these are somehow bad things. They say it's too predictable, and that it's just nothing but fan service. Oh, don't fucking tell me that you actually don't want to see Daenerys finally head to Westeros, or that you don't want to see Jon and Sansa finally retake Winterfell and kick the shit out of Ramsay. Like, too predictable? Like, okay, what are the writers supposed to do? The exact opposite? Have Daenerys fuck around in Essos and Meereen for 2 more seasons? Have Ramsay kick the shit out of the Starks and have the bad guys win once again? At this point, that would have been just as cliche and predictable. Now, one of the things that did make Game of Thrones so great is its complexity and its unpredictability. But it's also one of its weaknesses that really started to show in Season 5. The one that, coincidentally, was the one that mostly adapted, books 4 and 5. Ain't that interesting? There's only so many times you could try to be unpredictable and try to subvert cliches before the audience catches on to your game and starts to more easily predict your methods. I mean, George R. R. Martin, Dave and Dan, in their efforts to subvert cliches, have created cliches of their own. I mean, the audience has caught on to their game, and now, whenever they try to be more shocking, it's just met with, Wow, they're trying too hard to be shocking, man. And by the way, didn't people complain in Season 5 that it was, trying to be too shocking or stuff like that? Except now in Season 6, they're saying it's too predictable? The writers just can't win. And as for complexity, well, once again, you can only make a story so complex before it starts to get stale and bogged down to the point where it kills the momentum of the story. In other words, there's a difference between complexity and just shoving in more shit just for the sake of complexity. I mean, hey, complexity in a story is great. Like, it's one of the reasons I love the show. But the creators also realize that they're, telling a story with a beginning, a middle, and an end. And the show is moving towards the end. So they realize that they have to start simplifying things in order to move the story forward to its conclusion. That's something that Dave and Dan seem to understand pretty well. That George R. R. Martin completely forgot about in books 4 and 5. Now, having said all that, I think there is plenty of criticism that is warranted, but mostly on just minor points like the Dorn damage control or, Arya's storyline in episode 7 and 8. Yeah, a lot of people kind of ripped on that, and I guess it is kind of warranted. I mean, yeah, like, her chase scene in episode 8, there is no way that she could run like that just after getting stabbed the day before. At the very least, she should have been struggling a fuck of a lot more and right from the start. But then again, wasn't that a choice by the director to have her run like that? But those are very, very minor things in what is otherwise a fantastic season. And has it gotten a bit more predictable than usual? Yeah, sure. It has. But it's also moving towards its conclusion. A conclusion that I am sure is going to be fantastic. And the payoffs that happen this season and the setups have helped bring us ever more closer to it. A lot went down this season. Raymond Dwaji's score is through the roof. He was fantastic before, but in this season, he's stellar. And the last 2 episodes were among the best Game of Thrones episodes ever. And they perfectly set up what is shaping up to be an epic 7th season.
If you agree or disagree with this video, be sure to discuss in the comments section, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also be sure to check out my blog at The Critical Canucks at blogspot.ca, and also be sure to follow us on Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, all that jazz. Links to all those are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll be seeing you next time. Peace out, everybody.